can see how that looks. Looks pretty brand new. No scratch compared to the old glass. In this video, I'll be looking to get rid of the scratches on this phone by doing a glass-only replacement on this iPhone 14. So this screen has already been taken out initially. It's gonna come out easy for me. If you like to see my method of taking out screens, check out my other videos that show my method of how to take out screens. So now the screen is open, I'll turn off the phone. If you wonder why I left the phone on while I was taking out the screen, it's to make sure I can monitor the display and know it's not damaged while I'm taking out the screen. Because if it's damaged, you can't proceed to doing the glass-only replacement. Take out the shield holding the flex cables. There's one on the bottom and one on the top. And now I can disconnect the flex cables. Now it's out. Before proceeding to take out the glass, I need to take out this flex cable, which is held down by a plate and 2 screws. I'll take it out. And now to safely take out this flex cable, I like to use heat. I set the temperature to about 90 degrees. Some rubbing alcohol. This should help soften the adhesive. So now with my plastic spudger, I'll gently lift. If it feels difficult, I'll apply more alcohol. I like to take my time when I'm lifting. That way I don't end up damaging anything. And now it's out. I'll put it to the side and now increase my temperature to 110 degrees Celsius. I like cutting through the glass from the right bottom of the screen. So right here, I'm gonna flip it and stick it on the LCD separator, which has a vacuum that holds it on. I'll turn on the vacuum. Now you can see it's firm, it's not gonna move. So right at the corner where I wanna start cutting, I wanna apply some alcohol. That way I can clean it off and soften the adhesive so I can see the glass directly and make sure my cutting wire is exactly close to the glass. So for cutting wire size, I like to use 0.035 millimeters cutting wire or 0.04 millimeters cutting wire. To start, I always use a 0.035. Then if it snaps along the way, I'll switch to the 0.04. Apply more alcohol to soften the adhesive. Make sure I'm close to the glass. Keep cutting as close to the glass as possible. And now I think I'm in. Once I get through, I'll show you the motion I like to use, which helps me cut it easier. It's all based on technique when it comes to this. If you have the right technique, doing this repair becomes so easy. So now I'm in. I like to start this way. I'll go side and switch it to the other side and cut middle. This has been the easiest way I've found to cut through. See, I'm almost halfway already. Side. Like I said, it's all based on technique. If you don't have the right technique, like when I started, I was just cutting one way. It's gonna snap every time. And you're gonna take forever to get it out. Okay, but if you use this technique, which has worked for me, you don't have to use it. You can use whatever worked for you. But like I said, this is what has worked for me. As you can see, I'm almost done. So side, side, straight, side, side, straight, side, side, straight, side, side, straight. We're almost done. Side. Side. Straight. So right here, I forgot to take out the ear speaker filter. That's why it's not coming out. To do that, we'll put some alcohol and with our tweezer, just pull it out. It's out. We'll need to put it back on later. Now complete it. Should come out easy and it's out. Look at that. Pretty easy, right? Was that even up to 5 minutes? Not sure. That's how easy it can be. So like I said, if you can learn this skill, you can be ahead of the game. All up to you. No doubt it takes some time to master the skill, but like I said, depends on the technique. Over time, I've learned to use an easy technique and this has worked for me pretty easy. Turn the vacuum off. You can see that's a perfect glass. So this glass wasn't cracked, so it was even easier to take out. Put this to the side. Now I need to test the screen just to make sure display still works and touch still works. Making sure I didn't damage anything, because if I damage the display a touch, and it's game over. Turn on the phone, turns on, which is good. Looks like display is good. I'll need to test the touch. Looks pretty good. Touch looks like it works. Okay, now I need to take out the glue. Clean the glue out real quick. I use my glue removing tool and some heat. That should take it out easy. The hardest part of this repair is done already, which was taking out the glass. I like to place the screen on heat while I'm taking the glue out. I'm still yet to find an easier process to taking this glue out. If you guys know any easier way, let me know in the comments. I'm just gonna keep doing this till it's all out. It's gonna make the phone look like a brand new phone. Remember when I started, the phone had a lot of scratches. This is definitely gonna eliminate all the scratches. Couple more. My experience while doing this glue removing, some glues come out easier than others on different phones. So this one's coming out pretty easier than my previous video. Okay, it looks like it's all out. Make sure the sides are all good. So this is the most glue removing tool will do. To clean out the rest, I'll need to use the LCD ochre remover, which is right here. And I'll grab a cloth. And now I can clean. You see it's coming out. And for my final clean, I'll use 99% rubbing alcohol. Okay, that looks pretty clean. And now clean it with rubbing alcohol. It's gonna make it shine and clean as much dust as possible. You can see it's almost perfectly clean. I know a lot of people say it should be dust free, but based on my experience, it should be as dust free enough. You're not gonna be perfect. The ochre glass is still gonna glue nicely. You see that? Pretty clean. So before I do my final clean with a clean cloth, I'll test it real quick just to make sure it still works. Look at that, it looks really good. Display looks good. Take out my glove so I can test the touch. App still stays with my finger, showing everything works. Touch works perfect. I'll switch it off so I can get the new glass on. So all that's left, I need to align, laminate, and debubble. I'll show you that real quick. So here's my new ochre glass. So there's a protective film I'll need to take out. I'll take that out once I clean the screen one more time. So now I'll put alcohol, grab a clean cloth. This is the technique I use. Once I clean it, I'll take out a protective film and I'll align it with my fingers. You can use this method or any method that works for you. I know people use aligning modes. That works too. So now it looks pretty clean. I'll take out the ochre film. And right away, I want to look to align it. I like to use my fingers. So 2 on the top, 2 on the side, and my thumb on the other side. And I'll get the middle. I'll make sure the middle touches first. Now I can see it's pretty aligned. Might not be perfect. It looks good enough. So now I'll put in the laminator machine. This should take about 2 minutes. Before I put it in, I like to make sure the flex cable is straight so it doesn't bend in. I'll put it this way. Now I'll close it and start the process. So in about 10 seconds, it's gonna start laminating. You're gonna notice it right away. And there you see it's laminating right now. There's still gonna be some bubbles at the end. That's why we're gonna need the debubble machine. That's gonna take about 5 minutes to get that done. So as you can see, the timer is counting down right here. That's the vacuum, the timer, about 68 seconds. Should all be done. So you can see it's almost done. Timer is now at 0, it's gonna beep. Now I can take it out. Look at that, that looks pretty good. Still gonna need the debubble machine to complete the process, to take out all the bubbles. Just gonna see what it looks like. All right, you can see there's still some bubbles. So yeah, we're gonna use the debubble machine real quick. So this is the debubble machine I use. I'll put it in for about 5 minutes. So I set my temperature to 45 degrees for this machine. And pressure, I put it at 750, which is the max. I'll start it real quick, makes a loud noise. So now the timer has started counting, the pressure is on, everything's set. Come back once the timer goes off. The timer just went off, I'll take it out. You can see how that looks. Looks pretty brand new. No scratch compared to the old glass. So now I need to put in the UV light to cure the ochre glue. This is the UV light I use. I know there are better ones in the market, but this one seems to work for me. Put it on for about 2 minutes. I'll come back. After about 2 minutes, I'll take it out. Hopefully the bubbles don't come back. Now I'll grab the ear speaker filter. I need to glue it back on. Just put a little bit of glue. That way it holds it down. And I'll slide it down and that should stick. Okay, now time to get it ready to transfer it to the phone and test. First I want to put the sensor flex. Put the plate on and screw it down. Connect the flex cable to the phone and screw both plates down. Make sure they hook in. Okay, screw the bottom one and screw down the top. I'll close the screen, make sure the hooks are straight. I'll start from the top, go to the bottom, get the sides, feels pretty flush. Put back the 2 pentalobe screws, turn it on to test. Look at that, the display looks pretty good. I'll test the touch, just to see the touch works. App still stays with my finger, that shows the touch works. You can learn this skill to start saving or making about $100. If you'd like to see more videos like this, check the video on the right. And for our screen refurbishing playlist, check the playlist on the left. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.